something a little bit different today. I say that every video, I reckon. You're maybe wondering why I'm at a mechanic shop with a little Kia truck behind me. This used to be my old truck. It's went to my mate Justin at Habitat Landscaping, and he returned it to me not running. The boys here at MBA, they're really cluey with diesel stuff. I have no idea with diesel stuff. They diagnose this thing as having like below minimum compression, like below minimum specs, and it's not running. So we've got a few tricks up our sleeve to try and get this thing running. Sorry, it does run, but very hard to start. So I've got a few tricks up our sleeve to try and get this thing running and drivable. So stay tuned, then we'll run some tests. Alright, this is the first drive in a couple of years for this little truck. I'm going to shut the window because it's super loud. The revs are right up. Real quick history on the truck. It used to be my daily. I used to run around doing all my work from this thing. Super little, handy little truck to have. And I sold it. And I sold it to my mate Justin. They used it as a work rig at his landscaping business, and the boys there ran it into the ground. You know, it's been sorry guys, it's been well used. Over time it got progressively worse, as in slower and harder to start, and basically it's lost compression, so it's worn out. The boys at MBA done a compression test and to find out where it's lost. I was hoping it was through the head, but unfortunately it's going down the bottom end. So the bores are worn, or the sleeves have shifted, because these Kia diesels have some weird sleeve setup. Anyway, long story short is it does start with plenty of battery and some starter fluid, and it's running, and once it warms up it seems to be okay. Obviously still going to be down on power, but I'm just driving it back to mate Vince's house. We're going to do a oil change in it, and I'm going to put some mystery oil in it, and we're going to see what happens. See if we can get the compression high enough that the thing will start cold and it will be a usable thing for someone. So I'm going to only offload it, but this is just like a little bit of a little trial and error test and see what happens. So first drive, hasn't stalled it yet. About to pull onto the main road, and hopefully we make it there without stalling.
I have so much strength in me, you have no idea. I have a love in my life. It makes me stronger than anything you can imagine.
Oh man, so far so good. Nearly at Vince's. It's only like a few Ks away, so don't get too excited, but it's actually going pretty good. It's a little bit smoky. It's not as slow as I was expecting it to be, but apparently pulling up hills is a bit of a challenge. So with a bit of a service, fingers crossed. Alright, Vince's house. I've got him doing all the work because I've got a bung hand for some reason. Time to do a quick oil change on it and then put some additive in. Do you want me to put some oil in this, or I'll pre-fill the filter a bit. Alright, and now the mystery is Automotive Restore Products, Engine Restorer, and it claims to restore compression, restore horsepower, restore engine life, and reduce oil consumption. I've seen some YouTubers have success with it, and it claims here that independent tests prove that Restore works to increase compression in higher mileage engine. If your car has over 50,000 miles, we guarantee an increase in compression or your money back. So I'm going to put this in now, and tomorrow morning when this thing's stone cold, if it fires up, no worries, then I would say that it's a win, because at the moment it takes some engine start spray and a fair bit of cranking over. So fingers crossed. Right, now I've given this a good shake as it tells me to do. It's about to go in. Man, I hope this works. No good. So far I've racked up nearly, 250 Ks. Just been driving everywhere out throughout the Barossa, the Riverland, Adelaide Hills, nearly home, and I've pulled over to take a photo for the thumbnail for this video, and stalled it, and then now it won't fire up again. It was firing up when it was warm, no worries at all, and yeah, it won't go. And all I have in the car, because I forgot to get some starter fluid, is some Bushman's bloody insect repeller, which is flammable. Going straight in the intake manifold here, but she's not happy. It's close, very close to starting again. Got the jumper pack on, even that's struggling, cheap shit. And yeah, so at the moment I'm pretty stuck. So I'm going to let it cool down just for a little bit. I'll try it again. Failing that, I'm going to have to get someone to come rescue me. Maybe bring out some proper starter fluid, that might do it. So far pretty annoyed, because I was hoping that mystery can was going to solve this problem, but yeah, not looking good at all. Fail. Woo! Thank you for that. Bushman's will clean your hands and start a diesel. These are not good signs for the mystery can of juice. Alright, let's get this thing home. I'm going to let it cool down, try again in the morning. If it doesn't start in the morning without help of igniter fluid, this is a big fat fail. Well, it's the next morning. The battery's been on charge for probably 14 hours, It was on charge 14 hours the night before, and it's finally full, like it's done a full restore on this battery, so I'm hoping that it's got plenty of balls in it. I'm going to connect up my jumper pack just in case, just for some extra help, and turn her over, and basically if it fires up on its own, then it's a win. If I have to lift the seat and spray it with a heap of starter fluid, then it's not a win. So man, my fingers are crossed big time. Oh man. Yes! Stone cold, and she's running. Oh man, cheering. Man, I'm stoked. I wasn't feeling good about this at all. I think the fact that it stalled last night was because I've been coming through the hills and giving it a fair hard time coming up through, labouring up a lot of hills. But the fact that this is just fired up, stone cold, it hasn't done that at all. It usually takes a lot of work. So I'm pretty confident that can has bumped this compression up enough to fire. Oh man, I'm stoked. I'm gonna go for a quick drive out now. I'm gonna use it like a normal car for the next few days, on and off. And yeah, hopefully it maintains the success that I've had so far. Well, that's the end of this episode, and I'm claiming that the Auto Restore Products mystery sauce is a win. Engine restorer and lubricant. So anyone got a tired motor that you just need to get a few more Ks out of, you know, might last for another 6 months or a year. I think it was like 25 bucks. It is hard to get in Australia, readily available in America, but I'm sure you can get it online. It's made the world of difference on this thing. So it's just turned this from a car that you need almost 2 people, or at least 2 working hands to get the thing fired up, and a lot of battery juice, to just turn of a key and it fires. So now admittedly I didn't do a before and after compression test on the truck, but the fact that it does fire stone cold and it's quite a cool morning, instantly off the key like it should, I'm pretty much claiming that it's bumped the compression up. It has to have. So pretty impressed by this stuff. I would be interested to see what it does on another motor, like a petrol motor or something. But yeah, apparently it claims to do petrol and diesel, and although it is sold in a 4, 6 or 8 cylinder bottles, it does go on an oil capacity size. So I put a 6 cylinder bottle in this one because it's got quite a large oil capacity, so bear that in mind when giving this stuff a crack. So that's it for this episode. As usual, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you haven't, go check out some of my other videos if you haven't seen them already. And yeah, we'll see you next time on the Iron Empire.